When I first met you, you seemed a little socially awkward.
I mean, you know, you put me in a room with...
No, I met you before that. When you were doing the Missy Elliott, right after that, when you did the...
I could be awkward at times, yeah. I mean, I'm only human, you know?
I find that too with a lot of really talented artists. When you are in the room with them and you're doing an interview, they're a little more awkward.
I think that, like, you know, creatively, I might just be thinking about something, you know? Right. I might be thinking about a record, like, you should have asked me questions.
Do you like doing interviews? I mean, I know you have to do them. You have no choice.
I like doing interviews, but really, I'm over kids with flip cams, like, with their Fisher Price blogs, you know, and their stupid questions.
Right.
Like, I just did a interview with this dude Nardward.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
And he set the bar high. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I mean, coming in here, I like doing interviews and chilling with you, K Slay, you know, Rosenberg.
Right.
People who really appreciate a good interview, but yeah. Other than that, it's lame.
All right, and
whack interviews are as bad as bad records.
I agree, and I always say that people need to do research before they interview somebody because it's kind of disrespectful if they bring you in here like, so Yelawolf, who are you?
Yeah, where you from? What is trunk music?
Have you met Eminem? Like that's
always the question.
Yeah, that's always, and you did.
It's the go-to.
Yeah. How do you feel about And I personally, like, your style is just so different. I mean, you are from the South.
Yeah. I'm from Alabama.
You're from Alabama.
Yeah.
Now, you had an album out back in 2005, which you produced all of the tracks for. Are you still doing a lot of production?
I mean, not hands-on. I'm producing a lot of records based, you know, like with arrangements and, you know, getting it together. I'm producing an artist named Ritz, who's coming out on my company, Slumerican. He's featured on Box Chevy Part 3. For those, you know, not familiar, if you listen to Box Chevy Part 3, he's got the second verse.
Okay.
He kills it. And yeah, I'm producing for him, but I haven't been hands-on since that record, you know. Right. I just decided to go full force with being an MC, a rapper. Because
you were saying in yet another interview that you felt like back then you weren't quite sure who you were when you did that album. Like, you didn't really embrace, you know.
Yeah, I had the concepts of, you know, I knew I was hitting on something because the title was Creek Water. So I mean, I was hitting on the concepts. I had a record on there called Box Chevy. You know, I was hitting all the country concepts, but it wasn't until I moved out of that hood on South 11th in that house, which is a notorious street in Gadsden, to a trailer park in Huntsville. When I moved to that trailer park, everything started clicking, and I met this dude named 6 Trey who just convinced me to snap in the booth, you know, just to lose it. He told me I was being too reserved, and I was, you know. Mm-hmm. Afraid to get pitchy in the booth, you know what I'm saying, with my vocals and shit. But I just went in there and snapped. And when I stepped out of the booth for that first time, when I snapped, I was addicted to, you know, I was addicted to it, and it made better sense musically, you know what I'm saying. Seeing white boys and big trucks with mud tires riding through trailer parks, you know, but they're playing UGK. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, AJ was so concerned with having you coming up here to talk about Alabama because he's saying it's such a strange.
Yeah, he went to Auburn.
Yeah. How does Yelawolf know that you went to Auburn, AJ?
I spoke to him briefly before he got on the
phone.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. We told him he's not allowed to talk to the guests, but it's okay.
Oh, okay. You're fired.
AJ, the fan child. Yeah, so what was your question? I'm going to let AJ get this off because he's been asking me this like for the past week when we found out you were coming up.
Now, my question to you, Yelawolf, is just that coming out of a kind of racially somewhat segregated state, how were you received by people from Alabama being a white MC? Because you know,
I wasn't received at all. And I'm saying I never. It's, man, you know, it's still growing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I go back home and there's still people who just don't really believe it. You know, they just don't. Because they don't leave the city, you know what I'm saying? They don't get outside of Alabama. I do got plenty of supporters, and Alabama is definitely supporting me. But there's a lot of people who are still, they just don't know if it's real or not, you know.
I've never been there. I can't imagine.
Most of them who have seen after the BET Hip Hop Awards, it kind of solidified it, you know, because they're like, it ain't real till they see you on TV.
And they're like, I see you on TV.
Yeah.
Killing it. All right, Shade 45, Yelawolf is here. 888-SHADE45 is the number. Call us up. We do have the Trunk Music 0 to 60 is coming out November 22nd officially.
Yeah.
And what are we playing now?
November 22nd, Trunk Music 0 to 60. This is number 3 on the track list. It's called That's What We On Now.
Feels so good holding that in your hand, doesn't it?
Oh my God, hard. Interscope release.
Oh, thanks, man.